All right, Ben, we got this email here. The subject was ProctorU bullshit. Um,
Okay,
I'll read it to you, okay? It
sure.
says, hey, Ben and Nathan, let me start by saying that I took an LSAT prep course through my university, USF, not San Francisco. That's South Florida, I believe.
Okay.
USF, go Bulls, but fuck their advertised prep courses, says Natasha. Before finding the show. After finishing that course, I tried to self study and was so lost that I was questioning my ability to succeed on the LSAT. I had already signed myself up for the April LSAT and found your show 3 weeks before I was going to take it. After binging the show for that time, I postponed the test until June because I realized that everything I knew was bullshit. The demon changed my LSAT life, so thank you. I plan to take it again in August because why not? I have the time. Okay, moving on. I really emailed you guys because while taking the RC section, which was last for me, my proctor was switched over to a different proctor who took control of my mouse and started trying to fuck with my settings to quote, check them. I quickly told them I was in a timed section, and their response was, quote, you're in the middle of the test? Okay, continue. Fucking thank you for wasting my time and allowing me to continue. Then it switched proctors again. And this one felt the need to tell me that he was my new proctor while I'm over here trying to read a passage and ignore these alerts. I was switched 4 times total and ended the section with my original proctor.
What?
Fucking bullshit, Natasha says. Natasha says. I only got through 2.5 passages confidently, the half of the third passage being rough because I was really struggling to keep my focus, knowing that so much of my time had been wasted. I know timing doesn't matter, but it's just really frustrating and something I feel like could have been avoided on ProctorU's side. But nonetheless, we retake it, score higher, and move on. I want y'all's opinion on this. And has this happened to anyone else? Do I even do anything about it? I don't want to cancel my score over something stupid. Y'all are more than welcome to put this on the podcast. And that is Natasha from Tampa. She says, P.S. You guys got so excited on an older show because the person attached a photo of themselves. So here you go. And she sent a photo. Maybe we'll use that for the show notes or whatever today.
Sure.
All right. What do you think about Natasha from Tampa?
Well, it sounds like she has the right mindset. There's nothing you can do at this point except go forward. You could cancel. I don't see any value in doing that. So I would just keep your score and learn from it. But um yeah, it sucks. I hadn't heard this transition before, especially transitioning 4 times. That's pretty
4 is
poor.
extreme, but I have definitely heard of proctor switching and
Mm-hmm.
the new proctor feeling the need to announce themselves or take over your mouse or
Yeah, we have
start.
we have heard that mouse thing before. Yeah. Sorry.
Yep.
Anyways. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, start checking settings or, like, hey, I'm George, I'm your new proctor. Like, I give a fuck. I'm trying to do the test, George. I like
Yeah.
thank you for your service or whatever, but I'm trying to do my job here, which is to read this stuff and understand it. You're definitely not helping. I mean, I it seems here like Natasha definitely did not get her best score. I'm glad she is retaking it in August anyway. I mean, anybody who was
Yeah.
taking it in June should be taking it in August anyway. Um, since schools only care about your highest score. But yeah, it's just a bummer. I mean, what's her recourse is extremely limited. She can, if she complains to LSAC, she can probably get a free retake. That's what I think.
Yeah, that's a good point. She could get a free retake. I was also thinking, although it doesn't help her necessarily as much, although it might in August, just explaining exactly what happened in a no nonsense way, factually, right? This is what happened. This is what happened. This is what happened.
Yeah.
Might
She could
encourage
take all the F
LSAC
bombs out of
to,
it and send
yeah,
it in.
yes. My
Yeah.
goal is to, or her goal might be to encourage LSAC to, well, just at least make them aware of this. I'm sure they are on some level, but the more complaints that they get, the more they might be motivated to talk to ProctorU and try to figure out some solution, like come in quietly. Why are
Well, it just
you
seems
announcing it?
so. It reminds me of all of the funny live in person proctor stories that we used to have, like the old dude who was shelling and eating pistachios at the front of the room
Yeah. Yeah.
during the
Or
test.
people talking on their cell phone and you're like,
Oh yeah,
what?
Proctor's walking or tromping around with super loud shoes on, or whisper little chit chat conversation in the front of the room from the proctor to proctor. That we used to hear those stories all the time. So it's
Yeah.
nothing new. Bad proctoring on the LSAT is nothing new, but um, yeah, ProctorU is at least like a professional. That's all they do apparently, is like proctor online exams. It does seem
Yeah.
like there would be some protocols in place that, like, we get it. It's not like one proctor for every single test taker and you have multiple overlapping shifts and whatever. I get it that you have to have a new proctor coming in and out. But yeah, Ben suggests that maybe that new proctor could come in and out quietly. That would
Yeah.
be that would be nice, because this
Well,
test taker doesn't give a shit. Like, you don't care. Like, you don't need to
no.
introduce yourself. What?
Have Have you heard those studies where they have people? They'll have like a cashier at a store, and they'll be checking you out, and then they'll drop down to pick something up, and then a new cashier will pop up.
Oh, that's
But
funny.
people don't notice, because if if you're there just to buy something, you're not paying attention to on that level
Yeah.
of detail. But anyways, the fact that they came in and said, "Hey, you're in the middle of a test." Oh, question mark. Oh, okay, continue, is strange to me too, because it's like, isn't your system like good enough to say this is an active test versus an unstarted test? I mean,
Yeah,
that's pretty.
that's pretty wild. If the proctor's like, "Oh, you're taking the test right now." Okay. Like, all right. Well, then I'm not sure why we need the proctor. I mean, I guess
Yeah.
we've been yelling for months already now, Ben, about why don't they just do the, like, asynchronous proctoring, which
Exactly.
apparently
Yeah.
they do that on the writing sample.
Yeah.
So yeah, these live proctors aren't, they don't seem to be helping at all, and them, it's so funny them coming in. I can imagine they, like, they're proud of their status in the world or whatever, and they're like coming in like, "Hey, I'm George, I will be your proctor now."
I'll be serving you today.
Yeah.
No, you're not.
Like, "George, I'm busy." All right, well, anyway, that's Natasha from Tampa. Thank you, Natasha, for writing in. I do think that she's got a really good head on her shoulders here with the, like, bitch about it all you want, absolutely, but then what she does here ultimately is she goes, "Well, all right, I'm going to retake it, I'm going to score higher. What can I do?" If she complained
Yeah.
to LSAC, they probably would want to cancel her score. I don't know. Like, you could tell them specifically what recourse you want, Natasha, which is, "I want a free retake. No, I do not want you to cancel this score because I might have done good on the other sections. Notwithstanding your terrible proctors, I
Mhm.
I still would like to keep the score, but can I also have a free retake since you clearly fucked me here?"
Yeah.
Um, might be worth it. I don't know. Write us back, help@thinkinglsat.com if you decide to do that.